A champion has been crowned, and the Commissioner's Trophy has been awarded. The 2022 MLB season is officially over, and when the dust finally settled, the Houston Astros were the ones to come out on top. It could be said that the Stros took the fight out of the Fightins, and the Phelan Phillies were no match for a team out of this world. But all jokes aside, this series was one to remember. It was a battle between a franchise that had been in 3 out of the last 4 World Series in a row, and a team who hadn't made it in 13 years. Anthony, the 2022 World Series did not disappoint. As a Phillies fan, you have to be a little disheartened with the outcome, but tell me your thoughts on this series.
Well, first of all, congratulations to the Astros, and especially Dusty Baker and Trey Mancini. Those guys have been here a long time, and Trey Mancini's been through so much, and they definitely do deserve the rings. But the main problem the Phillies had was their hitting. Strikeouts galore. It is not good. The last 3 games of the series, Rhys Hoskins, JT Realmuto, Nick Castellanos combined 1 for 36. I'm not good at math, but that's very bad. 22 strikeouts, and you see there at the bottom, 71 strikeouts in just 6 games, most in World Series history. It's not good for the Phillies. The pitching fell off too. You had Aaron Nola had a 6.69 ERA in his last 3 starts. Christian Javier with the no-hitter, he did it against the Yankees, did it against the Phillies. The rotation they have there in Houston is just insane, and the Phillies, who always ride on Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola, they just fell apart. It just couldn't happen. But like I said, congrats to the Astros. The Phillies have a lot on their plate. They have a lot to decide on during free agency. We'll talk about that in a bit. But congratulations, Astros.
Yeah, congratulations to the Astros. The Phillies will be back. But it definitely came down to their lack of hitting, and the Astros pitching was just dominant. And as they dominated through the season, it was a team effort, but there was one standout player in particular. It was no surprise who the World Series MVP was going to be. Nico, tell us about the 25-year-old rookie and star of the team.
Yeah, Jeremy Pena is the 3rd youngest player to ever win the World Series MVP, and he deserves every second of it. He hit .325 with 4 home runs and 8 RBIs. Most of those homers came in big clutch moments. He also won a Gold Glove during the regular season, and he's filling in Carlos Correa's footsteps and his shoes very well, and he's going to be very fun to watch for the next few years as he probably slowly becomes the face of the game.
Yeah, the 25-year-old rookie is definitely one to watch, especially for future seasons for the Astros. I think he's going to be a big part of the team. And moving forward, we have a lot of people on the free agency market. So it's going to be a big offseason, but both teams, I think, can come out and make something happen next season. So, Nico, what do you have for these 2 teams moving forward?
Yeah, the Astros were a powerhouse all year, and they dominated every single aspect of the field and every single aspect of play. They were even more of a juggernaut in the playoffs than they were in the regular season, and they had one of the best bullpens of all time. But now Rafael Montero is leaving, so they could try and find a Zach Britton or a Kenley Jansen to replace him, but we're going to have to see what they do. Also, they were linked to Wilson Contreras during the trade deadline, and Martin Maldonado is leaving, so they could try and ship him and replace him, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do. And then the biggest one, Justin Verlander, he's gone, he's leaving. They could try and go out and get a DeGrom or a Hector Rodon and make that rotation even scarier, and it's still going to be scary, but a lot of their pitchers are ground ball pitchers, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with no shift.
Philadelphia, let's grab those shopping carts and go to the free agent market. Here we have Philadelphia picking up Trey Turner. They need contact bats. I just talked about all those strikeouts. Trey Turner, a consistent 300 batter, a guy that can get on base. He's fast. He's really fast. He's super fast. You see those slides. They're very nice. And then you also have in the little window for sale Carlos Rodon, an ERA less than 3, had a great season with the Giants. If the Phillies want to take a good step forward, having that contact bat that can, negate all those strikeouts that the lineup has had with, like I said, JT Realmuto, Nick Castellanos, Rhys Hoskins. If you can get some more guys in the lineup, Gene Segura, right before we filmed this, he opted out of his contract, so he won't be on the Phillies roster. They can use some of that money towards Trey Turner. But the main problem I have, or the main question surrounding the Phillies is Rhys Hoskins. Are you willing to sacrifice 30 home runs for better defense? You saw Derek Hall step in. He's a first baseman, a good lefty bat, but do the Phillies really need lefty bats? Anthony Rizzo, he's not getting signed by the Yankees. He's on the market. Everyone loves Anthony Rizzo. Why not bring him in and get him in some Red Phillies pinstripes? A lot of questions. We'll see what they do. I'm very excited to see what they do.
Well, as you know, Anthony, I'm a big Derek Hall person. But not only is the offseason going to be big for the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies, it's going to be a big offseason for other teams as well, as there's a lot of free agents on the market. I'm very excited to see it. That'll do it for our World Series recap on Penn State Sports Night. For Anthony Desher and Nico Rodriguez, I'm Allie Wenskoski. Although the Phillies may have started the trend, it turns out only the Astros were left dancing on their own. Now it's time to wave goodbye to gameplay and say hello to the offseason, where anything can happen.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night. We hope you liked that segment.
And we're sure there's other Penn State Sports Night segments that you are going to love as well. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content.
And check us out on social media for updates and behind-the-scenes clips and pics. Follow us on Twitter at PSSN TV and on Instagram at PSU Sports Night to keep up with all the action.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.